Well, I hope that you're doing well. I hope you're not sick. If you are, please let us know. We definitely want to be praying for you, let you know that we love you. If we can do anything at all for you, if you're sick or struggling in any way, please, we say sincerely, let us know. Um, we're going to do the same type of thing that we've been doing for our Wednesday night study so far, and we'll probably do this until we get out of the book of Romans for in person. We've been picking a book and we've been thinking about that book on our own. We've been given a little bit, I give an overview at least of somewhat of the book, and then we read the book on our own. We maybe have some questions to think about. And I've really enjoyed that. I've been doing it, that study too. And the book I want us to read tonight is a bit longer than the books I've chosen so far. It's the book of Esther. Now, what book is there like the book of Esther? I mean, the book of Esther really is just a wonderful read. It's a read that really keeps your attention. One thing seems to happen after the next. It really is just a wonderful book to read. Now, you may be thinking you want us to read the book of Esther. That's 10 chapters long. I mean, that could take quite a bit of time. Yeah, so if you don't want to read all 10 tonight, split it up. Maybe do 5 tonight and 5 in the morning, or 5 tomorrow night. 5 chapters is definitely doable, certainly manageable. So I don't want to give us an overview of the entire book of Esther because I want us to read the book, actually. So I'll start by giving a general introduction. You have this Jewish woman. Obviously, her name is Esther. She's chosen by God and she's elevated to the status of queen. But what we see throughout the book of Esther is she's willing to lay it all on the line in order to ensure the safety of God's people. Now, the way the book opens up, we're told about this great banquet thrown by King Xerxes in Susa, and this banquet seems to last half of a year, so a great deal of time. Well, following the banquet, we have this party, and we learn that Vashti, and I'm skipping some details, so I'm just going to give us some highlights. Vashti eventually in chapter 1 wants to go see, Xerxes summons her, right? Yes, I think... Yes, that's exactly what happens. He summons her. I had my mind went blank there for a second. He summons her. He wants her to show off her beauty to all the male guests that are at the party. And of course, she doesn't want to come. Well, he asks his sages what he ought to do about this. And they think, hey, this is really going to mess up the concept of marriage in the empire. This is not going to be good. Socially, this is going to cause problems, so we need to do something. So he relieves her of her position. Well, now he needs another queen. So he sort of throws this contest, right, where all these beautiful women in the empire come and they try to please him and show off their beauty. And at the end of the day, the one who wins sort of that competition is going to be the next queen. Well, we know that there's this Jewish woman named Esther. She is a part of the competition and she ends up winning the competition. Well, she's been with her uncle, Mordecai. And Mordecai hears of 2 of the king's officials plotting to, get rid of him, to take him out, to kill him. So Mordecai tells Esther, and Esther tells the king, and of course the 2 men are killed. Well, we're introduced in chapter 3 to this man named Haman. Haman is going to be the great antagonist of the story. Haman wants people to bow to him. Mordecai isn't going to bow to Haman. This makes Haman upset and think that, he, along with the rest of the Jews, need to be killed. The king seems to agree to what Haman wants to do. So Haman's going to pick this day where the Jews are going to be, pretty much destroyed. And Mordecai comes to Esther and he says, you need to do something about this. In essence, you need to go to the king. And Esther has not been invited to come into the king's presence. I mean, it's very dangerous to just, come unannounced, but she's willing to risk it all. So that's where I'm going to stop. Hopefully our curiosity is piqued. I know that we've all read the book of Esther before. Read the book of Esther. Look at how God is working through the book of Esther. Now here's what's remarkable. God is not mentioned one time in the book of Esther. But notice how he is involved. When we think God is not there, God is still working. And, his will is going to be accomplished. So read through the book of Esther. Think about some things. Meditate on some things. Either begin or end or both. Spend some time in prayer. And I can't wait to see everybody Sunday. God bless.